What's up mga paps? Doon sa last video natin, pinag-usapan natin yung SMART Coaching Framework. So for this video, ang pag-uusapan naman natin is yung GROW model. Anong pagkakaiba nito sa SMART and paano natin siya gagamitin in certain coaching conversation. And paano na rin i-combo si SMART at saka si GROW para mas effective yung coaching conversation natin sa mga coaching natin. Let's do this!
Throw your hands up if you with it. Drop it.
Isa sa mga common mistakes ng mga bagong leaders is thinking that coaching is about giving advice. Well, I hate to burst your bubble, but it's not. The best coaches don't tell people what to do. They help people discover what they need to do. Tandaan mo yan ha. So today, share ko sa inyo yung isa sa pinaka-favorite kong coaching models that I use throughout my career in the BPO industry. And this is the GROW Coaching Framework. It's simple, madali tandaan, and more importantly, it creates ownership instead of dependency. So ano bang difference ng SMART Framework versus the GROW Framework? Yung SMART kasi helps our coachee to decide what they want to achieve. GROW naman helps our coachee figure out how they will achieve it. Ito yung difference? Malabo ba? Wait. Sipin mo, para ka lang nagro-road trip. Yung SMART Framework is what you want to use in choosing your destination. Yung GROW is the framework that you would like to use to figure out what's the best route to get there. Magulo pa rin ba? Mamaya paliwanag ko sa'yo. Pag-usapan muna natin yung mismong GRAY or yung mismong GROW coaching framework para mas malinawan ka. Steady. Okay. Yung GROW is like the SMART framework. Acronym rin siya. G is for goal, R is for reality, O is for options, and then yung W is for way forward. Now, kung tatanungin niyo ako kung sino yung umimbento ng acronym, sa totoo lang, hindi ko alam. Yan lang yung natandaan ko sa training, or yan lang yung natandaan ko nung nag-training ako a zillion moons ago. Ang tagal na sobra. So, syempre, bago tayo mag-start ng coaching, like the SMART framework, kailangan iset natin yung tone. Always remember that a coaching conversation should always be a positive experience. So, step 1, put your coachee at ease. Syempre, you don't start with the KPI agad-agad. You start with the person. Pwedeng ganito yung simula natin. Hi, coachee. Thanks for taking the time to meet with me. This is not about getting you in trouble, but I wanted us to have a conversation about how I can help you become even more successful. How's your day going so far? Kamusta naman ba yung week natin? It sounds simple, di ba? Pero it shows that you see your coachee as a person, not just a performance report. Number 2, explain natin yung purpose. Marami kasing agents, they think that coaching is equal to criticism. So, kailangan natin tanggalin yung mindset na yun. We can say something like this. Our goal today is to understand what's happening and work with you on a plan that will help you succeed. Third step in setting the tone. Recognize your coachee's strength first. Maski naman below average yung performance ng coachee mo, sure ako, kahit pa paano, meron niyang ginagawang tama. So, mention it. Ask. Will it be okay if we look at one area where I think you have an opportunity that we can improve? By experience, most people will naturally say yes. And when they do, they've already mentally joined the conversation. Instead of feeling like the feedback is being imposed to them. Sa experience ko, ang tao, mas receptive yan sa feedback if they feel that they are seen. They are seen for their strength as well as their opportunities. Number 5, in setting the mood, create psychological safety. Sabihan mo sila, they are expected to speak honestly. Pwede mong sabihin na ganito, wala namang right or wrong sa answers natin today. I'm more interested in understanding your perspective because that will help me support you better. So ngayon, alam na nila that they don't have to tell you what you wanted to hear. So ayun, after natin ma-set up yung 5 initial steps, we can now do step number 6, which is transitioning over to the GROW coaching model. Okay, so now yung G, remember, is goal. Every coaching conversation starts with a question, of course. And the question is, what are we trying to accomplish? Wag ka magja-jump in agad to point out your coach's mistake. Bad. Always remember, coaching is not about the problem. It's about working with your coachee to fix the problem. Let's say your agent has an 82% CSAT, pero yung target is 90%. Instead of saying, you need to improve your CSAT, ask questions like, if we were sitting here 1 month from now, what would success look like to you? What would improving your CSAT mean for your career? Na-notice mo ba yung difference? The goal is no longer your goal as a team lead. It becomes your agent's goal. And people naturally work harder towards goals na sila yung pumili. Letter R for reality. Nabubulo-bulo pa tayo. Now that the goal is clear, kailangan naman natin maintindihan where they are today. This is where you wear your investigator hat. Tatanggalin muna natin yung coach hat natin. Instead of asking, why did you fail? Try asking, what do you think is getting on your way? Parang mali grammar. What do you think is getting in the way? What patterns did you notice during your call? When do you usually lose customer confidence? Ano yung mga feedback na nare-receive mo that keeps coming up? Alam mo, sometimes you will discover something surprising. Minsan hindi siya talaga skill issue eh. Pwede kasing overwhelmed si coachee, pwedeng lack of confidence, pwede ring maybe he or she is dealing with something outside of work. Always remember, as coaches, we also coach the person, not just the metric. There are times the KPI is simply a symptom. The real issue is often deeper. Lipat tayo sa O, options. Never solve the problem for your coachee. Help them think. One of the easiest way to build future leaders is to stop being the person with all the answers. Instead, tanong mo, what ideas do you have? If you were coaching someone with the same challenge, what advice would you give? Meron ka bang ginagawa before that actually worked? Paano mo siya ginawa? Who do you think on the team does this really well? And what can you learn from him or her? Pag nag-struggle sila, you can always guide the conversation. For example, I have some ideas, but before I share that with you, I would like to hear yours. That one question changes everything. Kasi instead of creating followers, you're developing thinkers. And that, I think, is leadership, mga paps. Last acronym of GROW, way forward. This is where you turn the conversation into actions. Because coaching without a commitment is just a nice conversation, mga paps. Ask questions like, what's the first action you will take after this meeting? What support do you need from me? How will we know you're making progress? When should we check in again? And then, of course, we summarize everything. Dapat palaging may recap. So, your commitment is to review 2 successful calls. Each day yan, ha? Practice stronger empathy statements. And then, we'll reconnect next Wednesday to review your performance. And of course, your progress. Importante ito kasi pagka ganito yung structure mo, both of you are what? Accountable. Always remember, dapat may commitment din si TL kung may commitment si agent. Tama? Okay, so that's how you do your grow coaching. Pero bago natin itong tapusin, itong kwentuhan natin, balikan lang natin ulit yung difference between the SMART and the grow coaching framework. Bigyan na lang kita ng sample scenario para mas madaling maintindihan yung difference nilang dalawa. Imagine you're coaching an agent with a low CSAT. The agent CSAT is 82, your goal is 90%. If you use SMART coaching, the conversation focuses on creating a clear goal. Pwede mong sabihin, make this goal more specific. Instead of saying, I want better CSAT, let's say, I want to improve my CSAT from 82 to 90% within the next 60 days by improving empathy and call control. Now, you created a goal that's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and of course, time-bound. SMART is all about making sure that the destination is clear. If you use the Grow Coaching Framework, now you already know the destination. Instead of telling them what to do, you guide them to discover it. You ask, goal, what would success look like for you? Reality, what's happening today that keeps you from getting to that goal? Options, what ideas do you have that will help you improve your CSAT? And then way forward, what will you commit to doing before our next coaching session? Na-notice mo ba yung difference, Paps? You're asking questions instead of giving instructions. O last na lang, here's another analogy para mas maliwanag. Imaginein mo, your agent wants to lose 10 kilos. So, i-coach natin siya. SMART says, okay, your goal is to lose 10 kilos in 6 months by exercising 3 times a week and of course, eating healthier. Kita mo ba? The goal is really, really very clear. Yung grow counterpart niya, grow will say, why do you want to lose weight? What's stopping you today? What different approaches that will work for you? Which one do you like or do you want to start with this week? Oh, that's coaching. Instead of prescribing solutions, you're helping your coachee build one. So ayun, ganun lang kasimple yung grow coaching, mga paps. Malinaw ba? I hope nakatulong tong video na to. Marami pa tayong videos na related sa call center leadership na pwede nyong isearch sa channel na to. At marami pa tayong gagawin in the future. And by the way, sabihin nyo lang kung meron kayong mga topics na gusto nyong pag-usapan natin. Next video, i-discuss naman natin yung Rafific Coaching Framework. Yun lang. Thanks for watching. Till the next Moodle. Peace!